We learned the Senate is pushing back on a closely watched vote on legislation that would enshrine the right to marriage equality. It will now happen after the midterm elections, and it's been 4 years since a Colorado baker refused to create a same-sex wedding cake. He won his legal battle at the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, a major new test for the nation's anti-discrimination law looms. This time, it's a wedding website designer, and it claimed that being forced to serve LGBTQ couples would violate her rights under the First Amendment. The case has a big stakes for equality and free speech. Our Devin Dwyer has a closer look.
This is a cake that the person requested some pretty flowers.
Jack Phillips is still baking masterpiece cakes.
A way to showcase my art.
And still turning away customers as a matter of conscience.
I don't create cakes to celebrate Halloween or cakes with profanity on them. If it's not something I will say, then it's not something I'll write on a cake.
As a devout Christian, he says he also can't support same-sex marriage. In 2012, he turned away a gay couple in a wedding cake case that reached the U.S. Supreme Court.
The cake itself is a message.
Even if it doesn't have the words.
If it has no words on it, just you would know at a glance.
Phillips narrowly won his case in 2018, but has stayed out of the lucrative wedding cake business.
We can't take any orders for wedding cakes.
He says it's until the High Court resolves a key unanswered question: whether Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act, making it illegal to refuse a customer on account of a protected characteristic, violates the free speech rights of creative business owners like him.
I approach my work in the same ways.
Lori Smith owns a small graphic design firm in Denver and also opposes same-sex marriage. She says she can't make wedding websites because of potential fines under Colorado's law.
I am a Christian, and as a Christian, I believe that marriage is between one man and one woman. And while I'm happy to serve everyone, there are certain messages I'm unable to promote through my business.
Would you deny a wedding website request from a Muslim couple that wanted to put Quran verses on the homepage?
I'm never refusing a project based on who's requesting the work, but the message that I'm being asked to pour my time, talents into promoting and celebrating.
Smith sued Colorado under the First Amendment in 2019, but lower federal courts sided with the state, saying it has an overriding interest in ensuring equal access to publicly available goods and services. But this fall, the U.S. Supreme Court will take up Smith's appeal.
What's at stake is the right of every American to be able to speak messages that are consistent with their conscience and to not face government punishment for declining to speak a message that violates their core convictions.
If you're open to the public, you need to accommodate everybody. That's a core of our civil rights law, and it has deep roots in American law.
Colorado Attorney General Philip Weiser says baking a cake or designing a website is a service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not speech.
If a wedding website designer says, I will sell Christian websites that have biblical verses on it, they can choose to design their websites, design their product as they want. What they can't do is say, if you're a same-sex couple, you can't have this website.
If the court carves out an exemption for business owners like Lori, what would the impact be?
This core principle of American law, that everyone has access to the marketplace, could be undermined when you create a loophole that people get to say, I'm not going to serve you because I don't want to serve, and then fill in the blank.
Research published last year by the Journal of Legal Studies found religious exemptions under civil rights law can have a significant and robust, even if inadvertent, impact on customers, estimating a 61 to 85% chance that same-sex couples will experience discrimination when planning a wedding.
How common is it right now for LGBTQ customers to be denied service in a business setting?
It remains pervasive, and it's across our economy. I think people have been aware of the wedding-related services of cakes and flowers, but it's not just cakes and flowers. Think about haircuts. Think about clothing design. Think about landscape design. Any kind of custom good or service can be thought of as having creative or artistic qualities.
Colorado has long been at the center of debate over LGBTQ rights. It was 26 years ago in the Supreme Court case Romer versus Evans that a 6-3 majority struck down a Colorado amendment prohibiting protections for LGBTQ people. After years of gains in equality, some fear the latest case could mark a turn.
It's kind of a little bit of deja vu all over again. Like, didn't we just do this?
At the center on Colfax in the heart of downtown Denver, members of the city's LGBTQ community say they're watching the justices closely.
So there's anxiety. We're watching situations in other states, a lot of sort of more conservative states, like actively legislating against transgender folks and transgender acceptance.
I think that what's really important is that if somebody decides that they do need to speak up about unfair treatment, that we have laws that protect them.
I'm not sure what color I got.
Phillips repeatedly insists his services are available to everyone. But Autumn Scardina, a transgender woman, is currently battling the baker in state civil court, the latest test of Colorado's anti-discrimination law.
I asked him whether he would create a cake for me, a pink and blue cake, and I asked him if that was acceptable, and he said, fine, I create pink and blue cakes all the time. But as soon as I told him who I was, then it became, I won't sell it to you.
He says he doesn't design cakes that celebrate sex changes.
I didn't ask for a cake that designed sex changes. What I asked for was a pink and blue cake, and he freely admits he makes pink and blue cakes. Even though I was guarded, even though I expected that result and was hoping for the other, it still stung tremendously.
We told this person, you know, we serve everybody, we'll gladly serve you, we'll make other custom cakes for you. You're welcome to come on shop and buy cookies, brownies, anything that I have, but I can't create that cake because it is a message that I couldn't create.
Phillips and Lori Smith say their beliefs are sincere and deserve to be respected too, asking the Supreme Court's conservative majority to step in on their side.
In practical terms, you'd like to see Colorado's Anti-Discrimination Act struck down or an exception created?
I want to create freely, and to be able to do that without the government imposing fines and other forms of punishment simply because they don't hold the same views.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.